Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Korean Fluency Journey. And today we will continue talking about Korean honorifics. So today is part three. In this video, I want to cover the topic of 객체높임, that is honoring of the object of the sentence. So we've talked about the honoring of the subject. That was our part one. And in part two, we talked about the special words like 계시다, 드시다, right? And today we will cover the object part. So what is the 객체높임? So this is translated as the object of the sentence. So the word 객체 is the object, and 높임, you know, right? The honoring. So you know the object in the sentence, right? From the English grammar, like for example, the sentence I gave my professor a present and I gave my friend a present. So these are two sentences. So my professor and a present, my friend and a present are the objects of the sentence, right? So 객체 is the one that receives the action of the word, right? For example, here, I gave my professor a present. I gave a present, right? So present is the direct object and the indirect object is my professor. So the receivers of the present are my professor and my friend, right? So here, my professor and my friend are the objects of the sentence and the receivers of the present. So, and now we will learn how to show respect, how to honor these the objects, my professor and my friends, with the 객체높임. So in most cases, like professors are older and higher in position than we are, right? So that's why we have to show our respect by honoring him or her, right, through 객체높임. So the sentences here about I gave my professor a present, I gave my friend a present, will be translated like 저는 교수님께 선물을 드려요, or 저는 친구한테 선물을 줘요. So these are two sentences. So the sentence that we have to honor the object is this one, right? I gave my professor a present because of the word my professor. So because of this, we need to apply 객체높임. So that's why we use 게. This is the object marker, the polite form of the object marker, and instead of the word 주다, we use 드려요. So in the next slides, I will explain how to apply 객체높임. So here, 객체높임 is we show respect, we honor just the object, the receiver of the action, right? So here, the receiver of the present, my professor and my friend. So how to honor the object of the sentence? So there are special words used to express the object honorifics of the sentence. So these ones, the first words are the neutral form, right? That you can use to your friend or to people who you are familiar with, but they are pairs that you have to use to show the honorific, object honorific. So the first word is 주다. This is to give, and you need to use 드리다. So I give my friend a present. So this is okay. You can use I give as 주다 because this is your friend. But when you want to say I give my professor, I give my mom, I give my director something, right? So in that case, you need to use 드리다 because my director, my teacher, my professor, my mom are people who are older than me. And the second word is 보다. So it means to meet or to see someone or something, right? 뵈다. and pepta. So actually, there is no difference between peda and pepta, but if you compare peda and pepta is considered to be even more polite than peda, but that doesn't mean that you cannot use peda. You can also use the first and the second one as well. But if you really want to show the honor, the respect, like the highest level of politeness, you can use the pepta. And this third word is 만나보다. Actually, this is the combination of two words, 만나다 and 보다. But you can use just one word like 만나보다. So 만나뵙다. And this is to meet, right? The honorific form of 만나보다. And next one is 찾아보다. 찾아보다. So that is to visit. Visit someone, right? 찾아뵙다. So I visit my friend, and or you can say I visit my professor. So 친구를 찾아보다, or you can say 교수님을 찾아뵙다. So that would be more appropriate to say 찾아뵙다, 교수님을 찾아뵙다, instead of saying 교수님을 찾아보다. And the next one is 묻다. 묻다. It means to ask, to question, right? So 물어요, it's the regular form, regular word. So it will be 물어요. And the honorific form is 여쭈다 or 여쭙다. So they are also the same. Both are almost the same. The same rule applies as in here, peda and pepta. So if you want to be even more polite, then 여쭈다, that is the highest level of politeness. You can say 여쭙다, 여쭙다, to ask. And the last word is 데리다 and 모시다. So 데리다 means to take someone with you, or to bring someone with you or somewhere, right? So you can use 데리다 instead of 데리다 to people older and higher in status, 모시다. So 데리다, 예를 들어서, for example, 친구를 데리고 왔다. So I brought my friend, or 부모님을 모시고 왔어요. So you can say I brought my family, I brought my parents. So of course we have to show respect to our parents. So that's why we don't say 부모님을 데리고 왔어요. We say 부모님을 모시고 왔어요. And one more important thing when about the object, honorific object of the sentence is, if you remember, from our previous videos, we use the subject markers 이가, right? For the honorific is 께서, right? 선생님이, but instead of that we use 선생님께서, right? But the same rule here is 한테 or 에게, we use 께 in the polite form for the honoring the object of the sentence. So I have some examples, so it will be even more clear for you to understand. So here are the example sentence. So the first sentence, 친구가 저한테 or 저에게 생일 선물을 줬다. So this is the sentence which translated my friend gave me a birthday present, right? So you can say 저한테 or 저에게. Actually, in more 한테 is more like used in spoken Korean than in writing, but in writing mostly we use 에게. And since the subject, since it is the me, right, the object, so you don't have to say 드렸다, right? You can just say 줬다. And the second sentence here, 친구가 어머니께 생일 선물을 드렸다. So my friend gave my mother or his or her mother a birthday present, right? So here the subject is 친구가, and what did he or she do? So gave, right? 드렸다. We use 드렸다 because the receiver of the object is 어머니. 어머니, right? 어머니 is we say she is older, and we the object we have to honor, right? So that's why we say not 어머님한테 or 어머님에게, but we say 어머니께. But in spoken language, you can also say 어머님한테 or 사장님한테, 교수님한테. That is also okay. But when you write, like how to say, messages, right, or emails, it would be more appropriate for you to use 니께 and 드렸다. Third sentence 이제 어제 결혼식 때 교수님을 뵀어요. So I met my professor yesterday at the wedding ceremony, right? So 어제 결혼식 때 is means like during the wedding ceremony. So I met 뵀어요. So the word 뵈다, whom we say professor, right? So I saw professor at the wedding party, wedding ceremony. So professor, again, the object that we have to show respect and honor. So that's why we say not 봤어요, but we say 뵀어요. Next one, 시간 나면 사장님을 찾아뵙겠습니다. 시간 나면 사장님을 찾아뵙겠습니다. So that also, when I have time, I'll definitely visit my director, right? My boss. So here as well, as in the previous sentence, the object of the of the visit, right? So is 사장님, our director. That's why we say not 찾아봅니다, 찾아보겠습니다, but we say 찾아뵙겠습니다. Next one, 교수님께 이 문제의 답을 여쭤봤어요. 교수님께 이 문제의 답을 여쭤봤어요. So that means I asked the answer for this question from my professor. So 교수님께 means to someone, right? But also from someone. 께 has two meanings. So to someone or from someone. So 교수님께 so 답을 여쭤봤어요. So we don't say 물었어요, or we say instead of that we say 여쭤봤어요, because the object of asking, right, is the professor. That's why 물었어요. Maybe if you use 물었어요, 물어봤어요, they can understand you. That is okay. That doesn't mean that you are saying something wrong. But if you consider the rules, the grammar rule of honorifics, it's better to use the 교수님께 여쭤봤어요. And then last one is 한국에 부모님을 모시고 왔어요. So you remember the word 데리다, right? Bring someone with you or take someone with you, right? So that means I brought my parents to Korea, or I'm in Korea with my parents. So 한국에 부모님을 모시고 왔어요. So 모시다, that's the honorific form of 데리다. It came, right? So that's why, since the object of the sentence is 부모님, right? My parents. I brought my parents. So that's why we use 모시고 왔어요 instead of 데리고 왔어요. So if that was the object of this sentence, let's say were your friend, right? You could say 한국에 친구를 데리고 왔어요. 한국에 친구를 데리고 왔어요, because the object is not your parents, not your professor, or someone older than you. So this is that's your friend. So that's why you can say 친구를 데리고 왔어요. Yeah. So these are the example sentence. So this is a little this might be a little confusing with the subject, right? But here you should pay attention to the object of the sentence in this case. So if the object of the sentence is like a person, right, who's older, higher in status than you are, then it is appropriate and right to use honorific form. That's why we say 뭐 드리다 instead of 주다, right? We say 께 instead of 한테, or we say 모시고 instead of 데리고. So you can look again at the previous slides, at the previous videos, and you can compare. Well, it is not such a topic that you can understand like once overnight. Like you have to continuously like how to say practice, right? So you have to listen how the Koreans use that this this grammar, right? And if you make mistakes, that is okay. You can learn from them. Actually, making mistakes is really good for you for your progress, because if you do not make any mistakes, you don't learn. You don't know, because you think you're what you're saying is correct and right, but actually that might not be. So that's why you have to practice, make mistakes, and learn from them. That's what I learned when I was taking a Korean class at university. So it took me 6 months, I guess, 6 or 5 months to master this topic. And now I can say I am good at this, and I can know how to use the situations where I should use or not. So that's why I'm very comfortable with this topic. So that is the reason why I am making these videos for you, so that you can also get a sense of how to use these honorific forms in Korean language. And I hope that these videos will be useful for you to practice your Korean and to maybe polish your knowledge in the Korean grammar or Korean, how to say, I don't know, speaking or culture, right? So yeah, that is what I have for today's class or video topic. So if you have any questions about this, you can leave a message, a comment. So I will be very happy and glad to read and answer them. So yeah, hope you enjoy your weekend and stay safe, and see you in my next videos. Bye bye. 안녕.